Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a certain guy who was a friend of us. We were we were a group, and then we were together, working together. She was not, yeah, like a friend. She was a friend. He was a friend to us, and then he was somewhere 30 something years, 32, 30 years old, and then he was diagnosed as diabetic. One day he was sick, but for me, I was not there. I was living far from them. So, but my friends told me that he is sick, and then he was admitted in the hospital. He was diagnosed as diabetes mellitus. And then, okay, one day I met him, and then I said, "Oh, how are you? And then, how is your diabetes? How are you coping?" He said, "No, I'm not diabetic." And, it was just a misdiagnosis. I said, "Oh, okay, at least." But you could see that he was a chubby person, but now he was not chubby anymore. But he was okay. He was not sick. So anyway, he stayed with his diabetes, though he said he's not having diabetes, as he said to me. But for me, this person is staying far from me, and then we didn't have any communication. Initially at that time, we did not have like the cell phones. There was no cell phones around. We had to call through the landline or maybe writing letters, and then that was our communication. But now, you cannot phone every day. You cannot do this. You cannot find a person he was always mobile. He was always up and, doing a lot of things around. He was not like going to stay at home where you can find him. Anyway, he got married, and then we didn't have much communication with him because, he was a married man. So now, one day, this guy, I heard one of my friend, they said, "Did you hear that so-and-so had an amputation?" I said, "No, I did not have." "Why amputation? Did he had an accident?" He said, "No." They said, "No, there was no accident. It was because of diabetes." I said, "But I talked to him one day. He said he's not having diabetes." They said, "No, he didn't want to talk about it." Or maybe he was not complying, he was telling himself that he is not having diabetes. So that is why now he ended up with amputation. I said, "Oh my God, I wish I knew." Because it's far, it's somewhere outskirts, it's too far. That is why, even if now he was having, now it was the cell phone era, this technology time. We were not communicating. He was not that best friend of mine to say, "Okay, I'll be seeing him over." It was only at work. He was working with us only. So now, but because I was used to him, and then we, all of us, the circle of friends. So one day I heard another shocking story about him again. Now he passed on. Then I asked myself, why? What happened now? He had amputation, then he passed on after maybe 2 years or 3 years. Why? Because now he was having kidney failure. He was going through dialysis. He used to go and dialysis, he need to go far from his area. Anyway, he was having the medical aids and all this, and everybody and the children could take care to those places. But he went for dialysis most of the time until he gave up, and then he died. So what I want to say, to tell you guys, it's diabetes is a very, very serious condition. We must never take diabetes for granted. We must take care of ourselves, even if you are not yet diagnosed, because many people are living with diabetes without knowing. They are diabetic for, you can be diabetic for more than 10 years, for about 10 years without you knowing. As long as you are never tested, then you might be suffering from diabetes. And because of the food that you are eating, because of no exercises, and the type of the food that we are putting in our mouth. For me, I had the same because I did not know. I was living with diabetes for a long time, I think. But the day that I was diagnosed, it was a shock of my life. And I did not want to have diabetes, but I was eating a lot of starch. And I am, when I drink tea, I liked sweet tea, 2-3 teaspoons in my cup. And then I'll eat everything that, I think it will, I cannot. But now I am healthy. I'm eating healthy food. I'm practicing the healthy lifestyle. That is why now my blood sugar, my HbA1c, it's now dropping. It just went up to 7.3%. But otherwise, I don't even have, my cholesterol is normal. And the rest of the blood tests are within the normal range. And for me, I'm trying my best to maintain my weight. And then I'm trying my best to wake up in the morning and I do the cleaning, sweeping outside. I can hire somebody to do it for me, but I'm doing it myself because it's part of my exercise. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with your friends so that they will learn from it. So that when you are diagnosed as having diabetes, just make a follow-up and work on your diet. Work on yourself. Change your lifestyle. Bye-bye for now. See you on my next upload. Bye.